There's been a renaissance taking place over the last 3 years, and year by year it keeps evolving. And I always like to compare downtown Binghamton to downtown Syracuse, Armory Square. Armory Square, roughly 30 years ago, was like downtown Binghamton is maybe right now, and just one thing led to another. And I can see that taking place here. So over several generations, the downtown area will definitely evolve. But yeah, the arts are really booming. It's nice.
Yeah, do you think the arts have played a role in the revitalization of downtown?
No doubt about it. I mean, artists have gathered together and have put these exhibits together, opened up several galleries, and people are they're really interested.
And why do you think it's the arts that have managed to do this rather than maybe, whatever else?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think historically people have always craved the arts and humanities. And right now, within society, on a global scale, humanities are at an all-time low. People are pursuing vocational fields, but people innately crave the arts, not only.
All right, so 4 years ago, you told me, and these aren't your exact words, but you said, I would open up an art gallery in a second if I thought it could turn a profit, and citing that the Avenue Art Gallery, which you sort of once coordinated or whatever your role was, only pulled down $10,000 its first year. Based on that idea, would you open up a gallery now, or at the very least be more likely to?
Definitely not. At this point in history, at least for selling art, you're better off having next to no overhead and putting all of your money into print ads, several thousand a year, and just do it all online. And if I opened up a gallery downtown, it would be a tremendous success in terms of an educational component and bringing in artists and that collective spirit, but it would definitely lose money. I mean, I can't say no, but there's very few people making any money locally in art galleries. It's a tax write-off. Definitely.
I mean, so basically you feel that the internet has defeated the purpose of...
I don't know. If I lived in La Jolla, California, most of the art I sell is in California. A lot in California, a lot in Florida. If I had the resources and I lived in a very affluent area like outside Darien, Connecticut, throughout California, I would have a gallery. But in these upstate New York, Binghamton, Syracuse, Buffalo, art galleries, conventional brick and mortar galleries haven't thrived since the early 1970s, 80s. It's a different market.
So for the most part, you believe that maybe some of these people have really good intentions and you just don't feel they're in the right part of the country to be...
Oh, I don't think that one can take the renaissance or evolution of downtown Binghamton and really equate it in terms of economic terms. It's really not about making money. I think it's more about contributing to the community in like a spirited contribution to help attract other business to...
So and I'm not trying to... you feel that these people are passionate and aren't doing really in this for the money.
Well, I think, I'm not going to mention names, but in several cases, there's people who live where they have a gallery. And that's the ideal situation, because if you don't sell anything, you still, you're not going to lose. You don't have a separate mortgage or whatnot. Galleries historically have not done well, not since the 80s. The best gallery in upstate New York is in Rochester, Oxford Gallery.
Yeah.
And even Jim Hall, who owns that with his wife, they're having a tough time.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's because there's more and more collectors and people in general purchasing goods on the internet. And the art, each year there's more and more art being marketed online.
What do you hope for the future of arts in the Binghamton area? What do you hope, you hope that it continues to grow and...
Well, I think the arts have definitely grown. I'd like to see more of a major philanthropic effort And I like to compare it to Buffalo. I used to be part of the Buffalo Art Studio. I may have mentioned this a few years ago. And that's the old Tri-Main Center that used to manufacture Trico windshield wipers. Anyways, the Buffalo Art Studio is owned by a developer from Toronto, and he used artists, I was one of the early artists, as model tenants. Basically, you would have a space within a 5,000 square foot area, and you'd pay $30 to $40 a month for a space. It was incredible. And so the artists were used as model tenants, and then they pulled into their business. I know there's a host of developers within the area that could do that, and that would be a tremendous contribution. So I'd like to see that sort of thing take place. I know right now there are studio spaces, but there's several $100s a month, and that's out of the range of a lot of students who just graduated.
Oh yeah.
So that I'd like to see something like that.
Yeah, I would hope something like that would happen, but when I was speaking with Sherry Eaton back in May, she told me that it's actually now very difficult to get its space, and I mean just any kind of space downtown, compared with even just a few years ago.
So there's that dimension. In terms of a stronger market emerging, I don't really see that taking place, unless of course there was some other impetus to pull in a certain sort of vacation. There would have to be a major tourist attraction of some sort, and it just doesn't work that way.
All right, well, it was very good speaking with you again, and certainly you have provided a very insightful, honest, professional take on arts in the Binghamton area, so good to meet you. And
it's been my pleasure, Erin.
Success.
Yeah.